Alright, it's been about a week since the Marathon closed beta dropped, and it is already coming to a close. I've spent a lot of time in it, and I've got some thoughts. I walked away feeling impressed, but Bungie definitely has some work to do before it is ready for the public. Here's the high level. Marathon is fun, but it's definitely made for squads. I'm going to break down my thoughts on the gameplay, looting experience, gunplay, the runners, and general level design and sound design. Let's dive in. Marathon's loop is simple. Drop in, complete contracts for your faction, gather loot, and get out. But if you die, you lose everything. Stuff you found and anything you brought in. All of it. You either leave feeling like a king or a clown. The interesting thing is that everyone's chasing different goals when they're on the map. Some players are farming materials, some are trying to finish contracts, some are just looking to full send and wipe other squads. It means the map's busy, but not always dangerous in the way you might expect. And if you're playing solo, it can feel like a rough ride. You'll get random teammates who have completely different missions and zero communication. PvE bots are no joke. Some of them will straight up roll you if you're not paying attention. And they love showing up right in the middle of player fights to ruin everybody's day. And a coordinated team of players can roll up on you quickly. Once I teamed up with people though, completely different experience. We could plan, coordinate, share loot, run contracts together, and that's when the game clicked. Most of my time was jumping in solo. With just a little communication and map size, I found a lot of success. In many cases, I sent invite to those match-made players and we continued as a team into several more runs. Looting in Marathon is a huge part of what makes or breaks a run. When you drop in, you're not just hunting enemies, you're hunting everything. Weapons, mods, crafting materials, cash, keys, even random junk that helps you upgrade your faction back home. And the loot isn't just grab it and go. You have to be thoughtful and prioritize, because every piece you find is one more thing you're risking if you stay longer. And everything you collect can be used in your next run. Sometimes it feels amazing. You wipe a squad, you clean up their backpacks, you fill yours to the brim with guns, loot, and supplies. And then the next, you're crouch walking through a dark hallway, backpack completely full, praying nobody ambushes you before you can exfil. It brings in a mental game. Do you keep pushing for more loot, or do you leave early and cash out before someone ruins your day? Plus, loot ties directly into progression. You need certain materials to upgrade your faction tree. Faction upgrades will expand your vault space, unlock better starter kits, or get better deals at the black market. The black market itself is huge too. It's where you spend your cash, buy ammo, health packs, shields, sometimes even specific weapons. It's basically your lifeline between runs. Looting isn't just extra stuff in Marathon. It's the backbone of your upgrades, your economy, your survival. And that risk-reward tension is honestly one of the most addicting parts of this game. Here's my two biggest gripes with the looting experience: the iconography, or the icon language, and multiple people looting a bag. The iconography is not always clear as to what is important, specifically around mods. You have a mag with a name, but whether or not it is a fast mag or an extended mag is not clear, specifically when referencing the icon. You also can't tell whether or not it goes on a weapon you have, how it impacts what you're using, all that. The UX and iconography needs a bit of refinement here. Secondly, loot is auto-sorted. This makes it nice when you're trying to locate things in your own inventory. However, when multiple people are in a single bag, looted items shift down to the left, making it challenging to even grab something. My recommendation is to keep items static in a bag while looting. Gunplay. Classic Bungie. Feels incredible. The alpha contained an AR, LMG, scout, sniper, shotgun, pistol, and SMG that either used light, heavy, batteries, or MIPs. All are useful in their own way. However, I tended to lean towards the scouts and LMGs. All weapons have felt good, and adding mods to the weapon increases both their capability and their value. You will also find weapons labeled vintage as well as cores and implants that increase value on each exfil. The value will cap, but at some point you can sell it off. I do want to quickly touch on the aim assist for mouse and keyboard. A setting called mouse magnetism gave mouse and keyboard players aim assist, but was disabled about halfway through the alpha. I believe the idea is to level the playing field between mouse and keyboard and controller players when it comes to aim assist. It was definitely too strong when enabled. For the most part, people didn't want to turn it off because why would you nerf yourself? But I understand what they're trying to go with this. They're trying to level that playing field between aim assist between the two inputs. We'll see how things change, but it definitely needed to be disabled. Bungie also introduced a stamina system. They call it the heat meter. It's a thing. Sprint, slide, melee, you build heat. Hit the cap, and you can't sprint until you cool down. It was an adjustment. But it does slow down the gameplay. It slows third partying, making you actually think about your movement instead of brainlessly W keying across the map. But sometimes it felt too much, especially when you're trying to full send after a team that's extracting and you literally can't catch them because you're overheated. They don't need to remove it, just tweak it, make it less punishing. Visually, the alpha is rough around the edges. No shock there. Nothing has been finalized. But the style has been hotly debated within the community. My take, it's different. It's not this post-apocalyptic, sandy, brown, dreadful, gloomy environment. It pops, but the style does lead to some confusion when navigating pathways you regularly travel. This might work itself out over time. We'll see. The outdoor areas felt especially bland, unfinished, but once you get inside some buildings, it's a whole different game. Very detailed and contains most of the loot. The lighting's good, the colors pop, it feels polished indoors, which gives me hope that the final pass on the outdoors will hit. I'm not worried about it. Sound, though, is a little weird. Guns don't feel quite impactful yet. It's like 80% there. Just something is missing. In some cases, it sounds too similar. It keeps you on your toes, but then other times you don't even hear footsteps. The direction of the sound design feels good, but it needs some tweaking to really punch. The difference between indoor and outdoor audio is also jarring. Gunshots and footsteps completely change the second you step through a door. Footsteps can be a little quiet too, but that's fine. You know when someone is close, but bots can just sometimes sneak up on you. Hopefully there's some refinement here. I'm sure there will be. It's an alpha. I get it. The alpha included 4 runners with 2 others announced for official release. Locust, Glitch, Blackbird, and Void. Each runner comes with an ultimate, tactical, and 2 passives, with one of Void's passive almost acting like a tactical. Runner abilities feel solid. They're useful, well-balanced, and add actual strategy to team compositions. I found Blackbird and Void to have the most utility in the game. Blackbird has an ability to ping enemies with a sonar-like style, while Void can go invisible and has huge smoke grenades for his ult. I won't break them down too much, but Void is currently the most popular because of his ability to hide and move around the map unseen. He can be very hard to see. I think 1 Blackbird and 2 Voids is actually cracked right now. Overall, Marathon is fun. Marathon does have potential, but I don't know if it's going to be for everyone. If you got a good squad who likes shooters and loot with some stakes, you're going to have a blast. If you're solo, brace yourself. It's fun, it's a bit risky, it's different, but it's going to need some polish. A lot of smart changes if Bungie really wants this thing to stick. We'll see where it goes.
2 on the bridge.
Thank you very much for stopping by. I'd appreciate it if you liked and subscribed to my channel. If you have any comments or want to start a discussion, leave a comment down below. I'd love to chat with you. Hope to catch you guys next time.